Dan Irvin, Executive Director for the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to another edition of Business Builders Corner. Our first guest today is Doyle Cunningham. He's with Cunningham Accounting. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you, and we're glad to have you a part of the Chamber. And you've been with the Chamber for roughly 5-6 months now.
Yes.
And why don't you tell everybody how long you've been in Farmington Hills?
Okay, I've been in Farmington Hills for 8 months. My family actually moved here back in April.
Okay. Why did you choose Farmington Hills?
Well, Cunningham Accounting is a home-based business.
Okay.
So where we go, that's where the business goes.
Sure.
We chose Farmington Hills because we feel it's a beautiful city. We were looking for homes. We saw the trees, and we actually love our neighbors. So it's a really nice community. We're really happy that we're here.
Now, you are a home-based business. You do have your CPA. Do you have any other licensing that you'd like to talk about so people know when they get a hold of you, they're not just getting their taxes done, they're getting their taxes done the right way? Yeah,
well, as you mentioned,
Sure.
I'm a CPA. So as a CPA, it requires rigorous testing, also educational level beyond a bachelor's degree. In addition to that, it requires experience working under another CPA for 2 years. So I have a higher level of expertise that I provide my clients.
Now, wonderful. So how long have you had your CPA, and how long have you been doing taxes?
Well, I've been doing taxes for 14 years.
Okay.
I've received my CPA in February of 2013.
Wonderful. Now, what has been your best day in business so far?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I have a best day in business, but I had an interesting day.
Okay.
I had a new client. Someone called and said that they wanted some accounting done for the year. One mistake I made was I didn't ask for it. I didn't get an understanding of the level of work involved. So I went to their home and walked in, and I noticed that they had a room full of invoices. And it was quite interesting. At first, I was wondering, well, what did I get myself into? But I just basically sat down and I took care of it, 6 or 7 hours, which is the longest I've spent on one client. But it was a very interesting day, and I was glad to get it over with.
Yeah, it's one of those days that just you look at it and look back and laugh, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how does your CPA license set you apart from your competitors?
Well, as I mentioned, the requirements the requirements involved. So the bachelor's degree, plus another 24 credit hours that are required, plus 4 rigorous tests. It's the toughest thing that I've ever done.
Okay.
In addition to that is the work experience. So, and taxes are involved in that. So it definitely requires a lot of time and effort. And I felt that it was important to have that in order to provide my clients with better quality experience.
Sure. Your website states that you specialize in tax preparation for families. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, as a family man, I understand the importance of the tax situation for a family specifically. It involves understanding tuition credits, education deductions. It also understands if you have a home, mortgage interest deductions, property taxes. So a lot of my clients are families, and I like to focus on some of those benefits so they can have proper tax preparation and planning.
So what options do you offer clients to make the tax preparation process less painful?
Okay, well, I understand that a lot of clients are busy and a lot of clients dread taxes. So I have clients that come to my office and they want to sit down, they want to be involved in the process. I also have clients that drop off their information and just walk away and not have to worry about it. Also have clients that electronically transmit their information to me through a secure transmission.
Okay.
And they do that without even thinking about it. And then also I have clients that mail the information to me, and then I'm able to just send that back.
So it seems like you're very customer and client friendly, and that you go above and beyond to make sure whatever fits their needs and their lifestyle you can accommodate in any manner, any respect, to get their information securely and process that for them safely so that their taxes are done.
Yes, I find that very important.
Okay. Why should anyone in the community use a professional for taxes instead of doing it themselves?
Well, a while back I had the impression that, well, I can provide a service, but if certain citizens want to prepare their own taxes, then in a lot of cases it's okay. True story. I had a person at my church that did their own taxes, and they had some questions. I said, well, let me take a look at your taxes, and I won't charge you. Let me just take a look at them
Sure.
and see what I can do. And if, it provides a benefit, then, you can pay me like a client. So I looked at their taxes, and they were owing over $1,000. When I went through, I identified some tuition or education credits that they did not take advantage of, and then the dependents, they filed incorrectly. They actually received a refund over $1,000, which was a big swing.
Yeah, it is.
It actually surprised me to do that. That was the biggest change. So after that, I've always I feel that it's important to have a professional look at your taxes.
At least look at it and see if you can help them, and that is a huge success story, and that would probably be one of your other best days in business too.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
What other services do you provide?
Well, I provide financial advising, then also for some retirees, retirement planning.
Okay. Is there any kind of referral program if you have somebody that comes to see you, they're impressed with you? Do you have any kind of loyalty or referral program for those individuals?
Well, for current clients,
Okay.
if someone comes to me and they're a client, and they refer someone else, then on their next tax preparation, they receive $25 off, and that's unlimited.
Okay, wonderful. Now, you have your peak season just about ready to launch off. Everybody's starting to get their W-2s and other tax information.
Yeah.
What are your hours of operation? So how did, and when can someone get a hold of you?
Okay, so it goes by appointment,
Okay.
and usually weekdays 6 to 9, and weekends 9 to 9.
Okay, and how would someone reach you?
Okay, well, my phone number is 734-644-0536, and also I have an email, cunninghamacc@gmail.com, and then my website, CunninghamAccountingLLC.com.
Is there anything else that you'd like to mention to the people watching it about your practice?
Well, I have been doing taxes for 14 years, as I mentioned, and I'm very dedicated to the clients. One thing that I love is the loyalty that my clients have, but that's because I provide a quality service.
Wonderful. Doyle, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. As always, we try to encourage everyone in the community to shop chamber members first, and this is a great opportunity at this time for people to reach out to you. So I encourage everybody watching it to get a hold of Doyle, and if you haven't had your taxes done and you need some help, give him a call. We'll be right back. Hello, my name is Dan Irvin, Executive Director for the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. We're here today at the Old Detroit Burger Bar, Farmington Hills, to celebrate the grand opening. Mario and his wife Valentina are celebrating their second restaurant opening in Farmington Hills. At this time, I'd like to introduce Barry Brickner, Mayor of Farmington Hills, to say some words on behalf of the city.
Mario, I'd welcome you to Farmington Hills. We invite everybody down here on 8 Mile Road between Orchard Lake and Farmington to have a burger at the Old Detroit Burger Bar. And congratulations.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you to everybody and thank you to the community for supporting us. We're proud to be the residents here of Farmington Hills.
Welcome back. Joining us now is Margaret Leitner, President, CEO of Botsford Commons Senior Community. Welcome.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the services that you offer and your community presence?
Oh, absolutely. Our community is pretty unique. It's a community for seniors, and we have various levels of support and housing options. We have 400 seniors living on our campus, so it's big enough to be a community, but it's small enough still to be very intimate, where relationships are formed every day. So we have condominium housing, we have apartments, we have an assisted living facility, and we have a skilled nursing facility. And within the skilled nursing, we have a short stay unit, so people come from the hospital for rehab and then they're discharged back home, or we have options to stay long-term, and within those options, we have a specialty unit for Alzheimer's and dementia.
How long have you been servicing this community with those?
With all of those amenities.
All of those amenities, yes.
Yeah, I've been there over 17 years.
Okay, wonderful.
So, yeah, I was working for the Oakwood system in the acute care arena, and just could not find my passion there. And when I went to Botsford Commons, what I found was it's very easy to make a significant difference with a senior. And what's very unique about our campus, the people who work on the campus are all very passionate about seniors, and therefore what we do every day is make a big difference in their lives. And I find that very rewarding.
You know, since I started in October of 2014, we've seen your participation in the chamber grow, and it is beneficial to us and you, but to the community as well. So I just wanted to say thank you for your, consistency in participating in the chamber events and in the community. I think that more and more people are now seeing the services and the people who make Botsford Commons really stand out. So thank you very much for that. I do want to ask, though, how have you benefited from your chamber membership?
Oh, I think the exposure to the members in the chamber and the chamber itself and the various things the chamber offers to a business have been really rewarding for our campus. Recently, I think with Colleen Kachalik stepping in and becoming very involved with the chamber, we've developed relationships with various businesses. And so we have new partnerships now within the Farmington Hills area just because of the chamber and our involvement with the chamber. So it's a very mutually beneficial relationship that we now have.
Yeah, Colleen has been a great partner for our chamber. We thank you for letting her have some time with us.
Absolutely.
One of the things I want to note too, just so that it gets mentioned, you were the 2015 Beautification Award winner. It was given by the Chamber of Commerce, so congratulations to you for that.
Thank you. We're very proud of that. Very, very proud.
What makes Botsford Continuing Care special or different from the other providers of senior care in the area?
It's really interesting. We asked ourselves that question about 6 years ago when I was looking at the mission statement and saying, we have to create a new mission statement that truly reflects what we do. And so to get at the essence of what we do, we had to do a lot of introspective review. And we sat down and we came up with our mission statement, which is to create a fullness of life through the joy of relationships, the art of caring, and the spirit of living. And I think that's the best way to describe why we're different. As I said a little earlier, it's the people who work on the campus and work for and with the seniors that truly create the heartbeat of the community. And through the mission statement as guiding, as our guiding principle, through the passion of the people that work there, what we find is people move to the campus and they create relationships, they create new friends, and they totally enjoy living there. That is the big difference between what we do and what other people who are taking care of seniors, what those communities provide.
And I know personally in attending some of the functions that you've had for the community and some of the celebrations you've had and being there, there really is an energy and an excitement among the residents and the staff that really resonates when you walk through those doors, so you know it's different.
You can
and
feel
you know
it,
it's
can't
special.
you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about some of the as an active member of the community, why don't we talk about some of the services or partnerships that you have with other organizations outside of the chamber?
Very good, very good. One of my favorite partnerships that we have is with the Botsford Elementary Schools. We've created programs and opportunities for our seniors to interact with the elementary school children in various ways. We have a senior readers program where our seniors will go to the elementary school and provide support for children while they're practicing reading, or our seniors will read to the students. And then we have the students come to our campus, and one of the most special events that happens all year happens around Christmas time. And the students think they're coming to our campus to sing Christmas carols. Well, in actuality, we've worked with the first grade school teachers earlier in the year to have them identify the books that the first graders are interested in reading, and we end up giving them gifts during their visit of books that they said, I'd like to learn to read this book, or this is my favorite character, and so that whole giving of books to the children at Christmas time and seeing the joy on their face, you get back what you give. And so
Sure.
as our seniors are there giving, they get back just watching the children and their joy. So that's one of my favorite relationships with the community.
And that is a perfect example what ties into your mission statement too. That's
Absolutely.
wonderful. So we all know that there's a lot of change in healthcare, and especially with senior care. So what does the future look like?
Well, I can say the future, as we are looking at it 5-10 years out, there will be more seniors walking around than ever before. So from a healthcare standpoint, in order to look at that population and understand where the government is going from trying to control healthcare costs, what you see is with aging population expanding, then healthcare costs are going to go up, because the older you are, the more healthcare you need. So programs that we're currently working at within Botsford and within our new corporate structure, Beaumont Health, we're looking at ways that we can put our arms around the population and help them age better and stay healthy longer. So I would expect that in our service area in southeastern Michigan, that there'll be more programs for seniors, more education, and more support for them, so they start to take really good care of themselves earlier, and so they stay healthier longer.
All right. Now, can you, real quick before we wrap up, can you explain a little bit of anything else that's special about Botsford Commons, or anything else that we haven't touched on that you'd like to at this time?
Well, I think what's really unique right now is when the three healthcare systems came together, Beaumont, Oakwood, and Botsford, and formed the new Beaumont Health. That is very exciting for us. We now have 8 hospitals within our new system, and we have 7 skilled nursing and senior services communities within Beaumont Health. So the senior services area is very important for Beaumont Health. And we're starting to look at creating new innovative programs for seniors. I mentioned health and wellness, but there are other ideas that are on the docket. And over 2016, we'll start to really develop some of those programs to support seniors in our area. So I'm very excited about that.
This is a very exciting future.
Absolutely.
If somebody wanted to get a hold of you and take a tour, what are the typical hours they can do that?
We have some wonderful hours. We're not really 9 to 5. We're there until 7 at night. But by calling the phone number and contacting somebody, we make arrangements even on Saturdays and Sundays, if whatever's convenient for for the family and the person calling. We try to accommodate as best possible. So it really is, give us a call and we'll meet your need time-wise. Come and take a tour, see what we do. Meet the people who live there. If there's one piece of advice I could give somebody who's looking for a place for their mom, or we have a couple who is aging, you're 65, 70 years old and you want to move into a vibrant community, you actually go there and you meet the people who live there, and you'll see if it's a right fit for you.
Sure. Well, Margaret, thank you for joining us today.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
you being on the show, and check them out at Botsford Commons Senior Community. We'll be right back. Greetings, my name is Dan Irvin, Executive Director for the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. We're here today to celebrate the grand opening in the new building, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites located on Northwestern. This time I'd like to introduce Mayor Ken Massey to say some words on behalf of the City of Farmington Hills.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
It's great to be here. It's an exciting evening.
I want to thank our owners and also
the people that put together the hotel itself. It turned out wonderfully, and thank you, Mayor.
I'd also like to introduce State Representative Clint Kesto from the 39th District.
This brand new facility is going to bring economic development here. We wish you continued success. Best of luck. Thank you.
Welcome back. Joining us now is Deborah Loving, the owner and COO of Pathways to Christian Counseling Center. Welcome.
Thank you.
Deborah, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the business?
It is a fairly new business. We started 3 years ago in the Warren area, and we've been blessed with the opportunity to open up 2 more locations, and our newest location is in Farmington Hills.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the services that you provide?
We are a full scope practice, behavioral health, outpatient counseling, doctors, nurse practitioners, master level clinicians, and we're counselors. So we work with a wide range of anything: depression, anxiety, couples, individual. We have different groups, so anything to do with mental health.
So you say you're new to Farmington Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And what led you to pick Farmington Hills for your next location?
Well, we wanted to branch out, and we feel like we have a very good service and that we provide a quality service, and we wanted to be able to offer it to another community because we were already in the Macomb community, so we wanted to move into the Oakland area. And just in my little bit of time in the Oakland area, it can get kind of confusing with all of the roads and highways.
Sure.
So one of the best spots that we picked was like right off of 696, and just wanted to reach out to a new community.
Okay, and what makes your business unique to the community?
I think it's because we're a privately owned facility. We're not a nonprofit organization, but we still incorporate some of the nonprofit ideas. So being that we're privately owned, we found a great need to make the services extremely affordable.
Okay.
So we're not a company that's going to turn you away because maybe you're in between insurances, you don't have insurances, you're trying to bring your whole family. We uniquely work with every individual, every family that comes to us. And we provide a quality service. Our clinicians have a heart for what they're doing, and just wonderful doctors that have been in the field for well over 35 years. So even though we're a baby business, we have all of the benefits of the individuals that are there being extremely established, and we're new enough that we can still make all of our own rules if we want to.
So that's the nice thing about being private, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what made you get into this type of business?
Just my personal story. I mean, there's so many of us that are there, but my personal story is that I used to teach Head Start in the city, and I thought I was going to change the world by working with all these beautiful young children. And as time went on, as I was raising my own family and helping other families, I realized that the fighting chance that these children have is dependent upon how successful their parents are. And so it changed the atmosphere of the area that I wanted to go in. So we just want to help people.
Why don't we share a little bit about the vision and mission of Pathways?
It's pretty simple. The vision itself is that, we want to provide an environment that is safe, it's free of judgment, it's confidential. All of our offices are very warm, very welcoming. There's nothing sterile about them. And providing a place where people can heal and explore, and they can show everything to us that they wouldn't show anybody else. And that's basically the vision, is giving people a safe, non-judgmental place to explore for better tomorrows. Our mission is very simple. We just want to help people who want help.
Okay. What do you want people to walk away with after their first experience in your place?
Oftentimes when people have come to us, they've walked in and they said there's such a peace and a calmness about each of our offices. Being that we are a Christian environment, it's not that everybody walks away and is converted to Christianity. That's not the goal. But the goal really is for them to, unfortunately, sometimes there's a bad taste in people's mouths about Christianity and those that are believers. So we want them to see that there's a group of people out there that do believe, do care, and we're minus the judgment. So we just want them to feel comfortable, feel safe. And I mean, I think the biggest thing is to not feel judged. There's so much of that going on in the world. They surely don't need it from us too.
So just so everybody that's watching knows that if they don't share the same faith as you, they understand that walking in, you provide a warm, welcoming environment.
Definitely.
So, and it's not that you're looking to really try to, you share your faith and you share your strength, through faith. But if they don't believe and have the same beliefs,
Totally
then
okay.
you're
Yep.
totally welcome to have them in there. That's wonderful.
Yes. Something we can incorporate, not something that has to be. And there's a wide range of our clients that don't share the faith, and that's fine. We just, as the 3 women that opened it, we just wanted, I guess we wanted that out there. We wanted to provide a place that if this is what you want, we can provide it. If it's not what you need, everybody there has either a master level license through the state or a doctorate license through the state. Everybody's qualified to do what they do, and we can add a faith base if that's what they choose.
Are you multicultural and multi-ethnic?
You know what? Proudly enough, we are. I'm very excited about that. We, have a wide range of clinicians. We, male, female, African American. One of our clinical directors, Irish to the heart. We have a young lady that just started with us that's Asian. So, yeah, we do. We have a wonderful range of clinicians with a wide range of specialties.
What areas do you work in, and who do you work with?
Well, we've worked with, our youngest client was 5,
Okay.
and our oldest client was 91. So you can see with the age range, nobody is denied services. There's nothing that we don't work with and no one that we can't work with. So we have a play therapy room at our Warren facility, and we have an art therapy room at our Farmington facility. So we work with children, we work with adults, we work with seniors. We work with the senior population that might have Medicare. Surprisingly enough, they're in need of sometimes just being able to talk about that large transition of life that's taking place.
Sure. One of the things, too, I just want to point out again so it really hits home with people, and then one of the services that you provide is if someone doesn't have insurance right now or is in transition for insurance, you work with everyone on an individual basis, which really speaks volume about how you put the person first. So I just want to make sure that people watching have the takeaway that you really are willing to do whatever it takes to help someone in need.
Yes, definitely. We have interns at all of our facilities that can offer free services. Our clinicians, we have a special program that we created, and one of our newest interns made the name for it, and it's called CAP. So it's counseling services at an affordable price. So you'll never find anybody that will go as low as we've gone with this particular program in the industry. It just doesn't happen.
Okay.
But when someone's in pain, we believe that the blessing will unfold for us. We know that God will provide for us in another way. So we meet people where they're at.
Other than, taking on individuals and working with them to make sure that they're, for everything that we've already discussed, what do you do to give back to the community?
We do a lot of community-based programs when different organizations call if they want us to come and maybe speak, or if they want us to set up a table, if they want us to share resources. So we're constantly trying to get into the different areas in the community to show that we are there. And the way that we give back is more so on a personal level. Once someone is in the office,
Okay.
We're not going to charge a whole family, hey, bring your whole family. Why don't you guys all to get better, and everybody break their pocketbook in the process. So I think we make ourselves known in the community,
Okay.
and then we bring the community in to provide those, because the services we provide are, on a confidential level, so it's not something we can shout from the rooftops. But yeah, that's how we get in the community and let them know that we're there.
What are your hours of operation?
That's another beautiful thing about us, is that we are open Monday through Saturday. Our main site is open, Monday we're open from 10 to 7. Wednesday through Thursday, it's from 10 to 9. Friday, it's from 10 to 6. And Saturday, it's from 10 to 3. Sunday's the only day we're closed.
Okay.
For Farmington, it's fairly new, and so it's growing. but there's evening appointments and weekend appointments that are available. They just would talk to their individual clinician and set that time.
So how would someone get a hold of you?
If you don't specifically know us because somebody's handed you a pamphlet or a brochure or a card, the best way is through our web address,
Okay.
which is www.pathways2, and that's spelled out, so it's pathwaystwo.net.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
that would provide all the information needed.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you on the
Yeah,
show.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're in need of this service, reach out. It sounds like it's a very warm, welcoming environment.
All right, well,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Dan Irvin, Executive Director for the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. We're here today to celebrate the expansion of a growing business in Michigan, Safety Net. They're located off of Orchard Lake between 12 and 13 Mile. Here with us today is Mark Keeley representing Safety Net. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kelfani Stevens, our Economic Development Chairman, to say a few words on behalf of Farmington Hills.
Thank you, Dan. Well, Mark, I just want to welcome you guys to the city of Farmington Hills. Thank you for choosing to come down here.
Hey, thank you for such a warm welcome. The energy in the business community in Farmington Hills and the greater Farmington area has been fantastic. We're really excited about being good members of your community, so we're very excited. Yep.
All right.
Welcome back. Joining us now is Dominic Palachicchio with Systems USA. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your business, Dominic?
Well, we're an IT consulting company. We do a lot with SEOs, systems, engines, operations, a lot of data management, mobility, as well as hardware and software in relations to conversions and migrations.
And your business is in Farmington Hills off Halstead. How long have you been here?
So our company has been in business since 1993. We've been in the Farmington Hills area since 2004.
What led you to choose Farmington Hills for the business location?
Well, there's a couple reasons. Biggest thing is there's a lot of opportunities, right? It's a safe area. On top of it, it's growing. It's multicultural. And for that reason, that's why we chose Farmington Hills area, and we haven't been happier.
Welcome. And recently you've joined the Chamber, so I just want to take a second to officially thank you for becoming a member of the Greater Farmington Area Chamber. What made you get into this type of business?
Well, the reason why we got into the IT industry is a lot because of our education, and we have a love and passion for IT. Secondly, there was a huge area of opportunity where our CEO and President Raj Mohan decided that he wanted to invest his time and resource into the IT industry. Since that's happened, late 90s, mid to late 90s, we saw a crash of the dot-com market. And instead of just sitting there and waiting for the market to come and get better, we actually invested time and resources so that in the future, like today, we have seen huge improvements and a lot of good stuff to come for our company.
So how long have you been doing this?
I have been with the company since March of 2015.
Okay, so what has been your biggest surprise?
The biggest surprise would be the fact that prospective clients and possible deals sometimes fall through. But the biggest thing is always set your goals high and make sure that no matter what, you always leave yourself with new opportunities to come.
All right. It seems like you've had done a lot of work with the government, medium, and large corporations. Do you service small businesses?
We do. That's actually probably about 30-35% of our businesses are small businesses. We actually tailor them towards the mobile web development, mobility apps, and cloud. And that's something that we're not going to get away from.
What is the future of IT, and do you have any advice for local businesses?
Future IT is gear up for it. It's not going anywhere. The fact of the matter is Oracle, which is one of our biggest resellers, has just spent $5.4 billion in research and development. So when there's a company that's spending that much money for research and development, you can expect that it's gonna continue to grow. The three biggest areas that I would probably say for a small business would be a mobile app, mobile developed website, and also the cloud integration, something that's very useful in a small, medium, large business.
Can you explain a little bit about the mobile app? If someone's, just explain the process a little bit so the people watching have an idea of, you know, when somebody comes to you looking for that, like how does that whole thing start and what's the follow through?
Sure. So from the start, we partner you up with a consultant. You have a full-time consultant that is assigned to your project based on your needs. Every business has a certain need. So to answer the question, it all kind of depends on what the business needs are. Based on that, though, we have a consultant that goes ahead and in-house, we actually develop that application custom to that business.
So that happens locally?
That happens locally here in Farmington Hills area.
That's a wonderful benefit that you guys offer, that it's hands-on and they have that touch right here in their backyard.
Yeah.
What type of activities is Systems USA involved in within the community?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I want to kind of go a couple ways with this. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, your team, and your board of directors for really going out of your way for the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. I myself am a huge supporter of the Chamber of Commerce's, and I think it's a vital, important piece to our communities. I think you guys do a great job at getting businesses and residents together and getting more involved in their community. With that, I'm a huge supporter of what internally we do within our community. Myself, I'm currently working on an internal project where we're getting the Wayne Westland School District students an opportunity to intern within our company. I have not reached out to the Farmington Hills area school district as of yet, but that is something that I'm considering working to see how things go with Wayne Westland School District. Myself, I'm involved in quite a few community events. Myself, I'm a commissioner within the city of Westland. I'm an ambassador for the Chamber in Westland, who, must I say, Brooke, Ellen, and Mary do a great job. So you got yourself, some competition.
Sure.
Shout out to City of Westland Chamber of Commerce. I'm in process. I'm working on being a reserve police officer in Wayne, coach 2 basketball teams, and I'm a Westland Rotarian. So myself, I'm very busy, and I definitely encourage that internally.
Yeah, definitely, after meeting with you, there's no doubt that community support and giving back to the community is a priority for you and your team, and it's a tip of the cap for Systems USA and for you, because there's no doubt that you fully support the community that you live or work in, and that is something that is really important.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What are the hours of operation? If somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
For us, our hours of operations are 10 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. We are available on phone. 248-987-7101 is our working office line, and we can be reached at any time.
Dominic, as we wrap up, we've talked about a lot here. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about the business that you may not have touched on yet?
Biggest thing is I want to let my residents and business owners in the Farmington Hills area know that we have offices all over, internationally and domestically. Singapore, India, San Francisco, Houston, Dallas. We're all over. And we chose Farmington Hills area as our corporate office. This is our home. We feel comfortable here. And the biggest thing about that is I want my businesses and my residents to know that we're here to support you guys. Anything you guys need within this IT industry, I want you guys to know that Systems USA is here for you guys.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining the Chamber and jumping right in.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us for another edition of Business Builders Corner. Always shop Chamber members first. Thank you.